It seems like overnight our lives have been swarmed with content from Zeus shows and internet celebrities wanting to extend their fame and reach. But despite the ever-growing list of media personalities, none have been more toxic and polarizing than two, Chrisean and BlueFace. For the past several years, they've made appearances on every podcast, every streaming reality show, and it seems like the internet can never get enough of what they have to say and how they act. But how did we get here? How did two people become so popular and so wrong for each other that the world just couldn't turn away?
Ooh, there's a lot going on.
It turns out the fascination with Chrisean and BlueFace resulted from the perfect storm. A storm where you take an attractive couple with equal parts marketing and hunger for fame, coupled with blogs and entertainment media sites who are looking for views and clicks, and you get Chrisean and BlueFace. Let's discuss how they met and their subsequent relationship, and how this perfect storm made the couple, or ex-couple depending on the week, the most famous toxic couple as of 2023. Back during the height of the pandemic, BlueFace took advantage of his popularity and the popularity of OnlyFans by launching a competition show titled Blue Girls Club. Jonathan Jamal Porter, aka BlueFace, had become almost an overnight success, with his offbeat rapping style and unique voice landing in popularity in 2018 with his songs Respect My Crippin' and Thotiana. This was only a year after he started rapping on SoundCloud under the name BlueFace Bleed'em in 2017. His song Thotiana would go on to debut at number 75 on the Billboard Hot 100, ending at number 9, and featured remixes from Cardi B and YG. Following this rise to fame, BlueFace was announced to be part of XXL's freshman class via a fan vote, and he would continue to make music with bigger artists and even start his own record label. During his OnlyFans show is when BlueFace met Chrisean Rock, a woman from Baltimore who had a troubled past filled with stories of homelessness, family troubles, and drug addiction. On the show, Rock was a standout with her personality and unwavering love for BlueFace, and it's on the show where she infamously fought Blue's child's mother, Jaden Alexis, and even lost her front tooth. The tooth would continue to be a focal point in her storyline for years to come, and so would her toxic relationship to BlueFace as a result of this reality show. BlueFace said in a quote, "Damn, I gotta change your life now because I felt it was my fault, you know? I felt guilty. Before then, I had no intentions of managing anyone or signing any artists." Chrisean would then go on to date BlueFace on and off throughout the next several years, and their saga would continue to play out in front of the cameras and candidly in front of interviews.
I don't care.
Last year alone, the couple cemented themselves as favorites in urban media as their stories of infidelity and violence towards each other would almost play out time and time again, month after month, story after story. Each of the stories would all perpetuate the narrative of their violence and toxicity towards each other and those around them. Even to this day in 2023, there is very rarely a story about the couple that doesn't involve them either being physically or mentally abusive. Let's take a look at the headlines from 2022 last year alone. After the show had ended and a few years of romance, the two got into a public feud when BlueFace woke up to money and his G-Wagon missing from his home. He reportedly didn't know it was Chrisean who had stole the money in the car at first, until he saw "I love you, Blue" written in blood on his wall and signed by Chrisean. Blue said that allegedly she had called him from jail 1,700 miles away, asking for him to bail her out, and Chrisean says that she was, quote, tweaking before her arrest. Following this, in May 2022, Chrisean was accused of punching BlueFace's mother in the face, and this was seemingly confirmed by Blue's mom, who would go on to say, quote, "All I know is my son will never bring that person around my family ever again in life, and that's all that matters." In August of 2022, Rock was arrested for criminal trespassing and disorderly conduct. TMZ broke this story and said that she was arrested for punching BlueFace in Arizona, which he, a day later, denied. A month later, Rock's family and BlueFace were reportedly in an altercation at the Four Seasons Hotel in Baltimore. According to surveillance footage, Rock's father can be seen hitting BlueFace, to which Blue is then seen knocking her father out. During this time, the cameras were rolling because this was when BlueFace was shooting a reality show for Zeus Network, but Rock went on to defend BlueFace by saying, quote, So my baby daddy knocked my dad out, the family stuff didn't go well, I don't even know what's going on. She then continued her full support for BlueFace by saying, quote, "The same dad that got knocked out was the same guy that tied my mama into woods just to beat her cause she screamed so loud in the house when he beated her in front of us. So he went out of his way to damage my whole family. That same dad I met when I was 7, somebody was been supposed to knock him out a long time ago." In October of that year, the abuse allegations between the couple then continued. Chrisean alleged that she was trying to jump out of Blue's car on the highway, and BlueFace was trying to stop her, and then after pulling her back into the car, he punched her in the face, and she had a bloody lip and a black eye allegedly. A day later though, she walked back her abuse claims and insisted that instead she blacked out and he tried to save her from jumping out of the car. Later that month, Zeus continued their unwavering support for the couple when they dropped the trailer for their show, Crazy in Love. After the trailer dropped, Chrisean tweeted that she was newly single, but following this announcement in 2023, 3 months later, she announced that she was pregnant with Blue's baby. So speaking of 2023, I know we have primarily focused on the major news stories with the couple from 2022, just because it was a year-long, full news cycle, but I do want to bring it into 2023, and I want to talk a little bit more about the stories and what the couple has to face just in the first 2 quarters of the year. In 2023, the couple has continued their run of legal and ethical problems, which continue to add seemingly to their popularity online. In January 2023, after announcing that she was pregnant with Blue's child, Blue went on to deny that he was the father. He alleged in an interview with Complex that she had been with 10 different men in the last year alone. Chrisean explained in her defense that Blue's denial was just him getting back at her for taking a trip to visit his family, which she had kept from him. As of June of 2023, Blue is no longer with Chrisean, but he wishes her all the best, and he is currently doing a media tour with his prior baby mother. Despite Chrisean's pregnancy and Blue no longer being with her, the couple has continued to face both ethical and legal troubles in 2023, which I'm going to briefly touch upon. Chrisean has continued to host nightclub events and events that put her in situations with her being fully pregnant that people have questioned whether she should be doing so or not.
Girl.
BlueFace was also arrested and charged with attempted murder and discharging a gun stemming from an incident in October 2022 involving him shooting a gun outside of a Lolo's Chicken and Waffles.
You've been arrested for attempted murder so many times. I think it's
Allegedly.
a record. Well, allegedly. I mean, allegedly.
Accusation!
Now that they are both facing legal troubles and the birth of a new child, it's going to be interesting to see how their story plays out this year. Something tells me they'll find a new storyline and a new narrative, whether they're together or not, to portray to the audience, to the viewers like us, because it has already given them so much attention, money, and fame already. Their relationship has already been portrayed over and over in the media, and it can teach us one thing about social media in its current state, that even if your behavior is toxic and promotes violence and hate towards others, people will choose to look away when it's a part of your brand and identity, and it's all that they've ever known you for. The couple must feel like they're in a loop where they feel supported for their behavior and rewarded for it, so it encourages them to push the envelope more, all while the cameras are rolling. The money, the fame, the success that the couple has received so far are honestly at the levels currently where I don't believe that they just would have received it on talent alone. As more people become famous and overnight successes as a result of their negative behavior online, the more it feeds their willingness to do more, to share more, to be in more legal problems, to beef with more people, because to them, they understand that they wouldn't be at the level to where they are, they wouldn't be given the privilege and the access, the money, the success that they have, if it weren't for the things that they do online and the headlines they create. This is something that Blue touched on in his interview with the New York Times back in 2021. Getting to this point probably probably took about 25% music. BlueFace said, quote, verging on unimpressed at his Denver hotel on a quiet afternoon in between shows in Colorado Springs and Englewood late last month. The rest, he noted, marketing, promotion, being yourself. How do you guys feel about Chrisean and BlueFace? Is there a particular headline or story that you thought was the most interesting? Is there anything that I'm missing in the story or anything that you just want to touch on in general? Make sure to sound off in the comments below, and don't forget on your way out to like and subscribe. And something tells me I'll be talking to you guys very soon. Bye guys.